So the mission statement of Project 7 Bible Clubs is unlock faith, unleash truth, elevate Christ, and serve others. I think a lot of clubs across North America do a really great job of unlocking their faith. Yeah. It's a big opportunity to go into your school. It's a big task to go into your school and preach the name of Jesus. And if we just lock in our faith and we just keep our faith hidden and private, it's not gonna help anyone. So all over North America, students are unlocking their faith, unleashing truth, the truth about who God is, the truth of His Word, the truth of how we should operate and behave as Christians. Elevating Christ. This is a season where people are divisive and people are there's a lot of hate going around, and so elevating Christ in our schools, elevating His presence above these other things. I think our P7 clubs are doing a really great job at that. One area that I would love to see improve with Project 7 Bible Clubs across North America is that fourth pillar of our mission statement, and that is to serve others. And I want to talk about this a little bit with you today because serving is an opportunity that we can be the hands and feet of Christ, but it takes work.
Yes.
And sometimes it's not really, we don't get a lot of accolades for it, and as we shouldn't. But talk to me a little bit about the opportunity that P7 clubs and students have, the opportunity that we have to serve in our community or at school. How can a P7 club serve?
So I'm a big believer in finding a need and serving. For example, at your church, if you realize your social media game at your church is not great, a great way to do that would be to say, hey, Pastor, I'm looking to serve. Is it okay if I do some things on social media? I don't need any recognition, don't need anything. I just want to serve. Yeah. And it's the same in our communities. For example, if there's a part of town or something that is consistently trashed or just not a great place, serve there. Just say, hey, how do we get involved and bettering our community? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it is you're bettering your community.
Yeah.
And it applies to your walk with God. It applies to everything. When you're bettering something that's around you, you are serving.
Yeah.
You're serving. And so I think one of the crucial aspects of the serving piece of P7 is find a need in your school. For example, if there's a bake sale coming up or a big lunch, say, hey, the P7 club, we're offering or we're volunteering to clean up. Mm-hmm. And your school may be like, oh, and cool. You may have a janitor, but at the end of the day, they may give you that opportunity because it's an opportunity for you to serve, and your school wants you to learn those lessons.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, again, you just find that need, and it may not be something like cleaning. It may not be like something that's physical labor. Maybe it's going to a nursing home.
Yeah.
Maybe it's doing something along those lines of helping plant flowers, whatever that looks like. For example, in our some of our P7 clubs at our local church, they have done a great job of partnering with, we have one whose mom is a realtor, right? And so realtors know everybody.
Yeah.
And so there's always a need. People are always reaching out to realtors. Hey, if you know anybody, just help us out. And so there was a family that needed help moving. So the P7 club put on their t-shirts, showed up to help unload boxes.
Yeah.
And while you and I may be like, oh gosh, up and move, I'm out. The P7 kids, full of strength and energy, they were there to meet the need.
Yeah.
And guess what? Everybody in that cul-de-sac saw P7 shirts walking in and out.
That's cool.
How do we hire the P7 club? And they don't even know that it's actually a Bible club at school where we're trying to unlock faith and help reach Jesus to the world. But in reality, it was just meeting a need. And I think that's something that is so valuable in P7 clubs, is just meeting the need.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about the equipping and unlocking of our faith. That's meeting a need.
Yeah.
But there's a service part too.
There absolutely is.
Jesus served.
Yep.
The apostles, one of the favorite scriptures is when they were sitting there serving tables.
Yeah.
Is Dr. Art Wilson, I don't know if you ever heard his message on that, but he said they were serving up the best lunch you could imagine, because as the disciples, they had the best ingredients, and all of a sudden they're like, hey, we need to serve other people. Mm-hmm. That's where, when we start to serve other people and reach out into our community, something special happens.
Yeah. I'll give you a couple of examples of P7 clubs that did this, and it's really cool. There was a P7 club that volunteered after every home basketball game.
That's it.
A bunch of kids were in, the bleachers, and I don't know if you guys have looked under bleachers at your school. It's nasty.
Ugh.
But the P7 club said they came to the principal and said, hey, after every home game, with everyone in the bleachers. We will after the game, our club will come in and scrape the gum off of the bleachers.
Praise
and
God.
that we'll clean up all the trash so that the the janitor doesn't have to do that. And so they did that after every home game, and it was incredible to see that P7 club, volunteer to do that. There may not be in our minds any spiritual accolades that come after that to say like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna get blank. And if you're doing it for accolades, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. So there's another club that volunteered at a nursing home, and they came in during the Christmas time, and they would read stories with the residents at the nursing home.
Yeah.
It's a very challenging time with, families maybe aren't there all the time, and so they would just sit down and they would read or play a board game with some of the residents, and they would do that every other week, and it's an incredible opportunity for that P7 club. Third example, there's a P7 club that volunteered to bring in some donuts and coffee, and they wrote letters to the fire department. And they came into the fire department, brought in, donuts and coffee for them, and said, "Thank you for serving our community.
Yeah.
We just want to honor you for what you're doing here." And the P7 club was honoring other people for serving, and so you can serve people in your community that are serving.
Yeah.
Great opportunity to do this is Teacher Appreciation Week. It happens every
Yes.
year. Your teachers don't have to be, your sponsor, but they are. They're volunteering essentially their time. They're coming in earlier. They're staying late, and we can serve the people and honor the people that are serving us.
Yeah.
And so teachers, they don't get paid enough.
No.
They put in a lot of volunteer hours, and so we can serve our teachers to say, can we help, clean up the room, or can we do something for you? And this is a great way for your club to get into the presence of Jesus in a non-traditional way, because we think of church and we think of P7 as just like, let's talk about the word, let's talk about, and it's great. But Jesus said, I didn't come to be served, but to serve.
Yeah.
And so if we have the approach, the mindset that I want to be like Jesus, we got to serve others.
Yeah.
And there's Terry Schock said it this way: if you're going to serve and you have the desire to be like Jesus, it starts in your home.
That's good.
So as P7 leaders, can I
Clean up
challenge you?
the dinner dishes.
Woo! Can we challenge you for a second? You ready for this? Take a deep breath. Take out the trash. P7 leaders at home. Serve at home.
Man.
Don't start in your school and then say, well, I can't really help at home because I'm busy. No. If you're going to serve, it starts at home. Mom and Dad, how can I serve today? And if that makes your spirit cringe because you don't want to do that, probably need to pray through.
Well, there's that too.
Well, there's that too. And so serving starts in the home, and if it falls into other areas of our life, how can I serve at church?
Yep.
Can I help with social media?
Yep.
Can I help, vacuum? Can I help, wash the dishes? Whatever you can do. Take that same approach with a school. Teacher so-and-so, Mr. so-and-so, principal, can we help with something? We would love to see more P7 clubs get involved with serving the community.
I will say, and I think this is a challenge to all P7 missionaries, you should not be a fly on the wall when it comes to serving in your home or in your church. What I love to see is when I'm at youth convention or a youth congress, I love to see the kid that is a P7 missionary down there worshiping or behind the camera serving, doing something, right?
Yes.
And I love because there are P7 missionaries that I know that have taken that mindset of I'm starting in the home.
Yeah.
And I've had parents tell me, hey, something shifted when my kid became a P7 missionary.
Yeah.
Like the room is clean.
Yes.
Like you may, and you're thinking, oh, there's no spiritual benefit to that. But in reality, you're stopping your parents from going to prison for killing you for how filthy your room is. But in the reality of it is that you're starting somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think the theme of what we've been talking about is faithfulness, right?
Yeah.
So again, you may not see a whole lot of value in serving in your community. And one quick way that if you're having trouble with some of the staff at your school with like P7 sponsors or getting it approved, bring your principal and the staff like a milkshake.
Yeah.
Something, cookies, bake them some cookies and
Find
just
out what coffee they like.
find out what coffee they like. Just say, hey, this is from the P7 club. And they're like, well, we don't have a P7 club. You're right, but we're going to have one. And really, again, you're serving. They don't the junk that they put up with, they don't get paid enough.
No.
But if there's a lone bright spot where 4 or 5 students can just say, hey, we want to serve you. I love the idea of the fire department. That's so great, because at the end of the day, you are really saying we will serve whoever.
Yeah.
We're not going to put a filter on who we serve.
And if you take that approach with your teachers, they will bend over backwards to help, to say what time do you need me here, and if they feel that love and respect from you, like thank you for doing what you do, they're gonna say, how early do you want to come here for P7? What do you need? Is there anything I can do to help? I've had teachers, the times that I've come into schools to bring donuts or pizza or something like that, I've had teachers tell me, thank you for allowing these kids to do this. And I'm like, no,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And it's just, I've talked to teachers that have said, this student has brought so much light to our school. We're grateful for these kids being here studying the Bible. It's cool to see. So honor the teachers, honor people in your life, serve the community.